Nieli wakes up as a powerless student, but his mind carries the terror of a ruined future. If he can survive the academy, outplay noble arrogance, and turn weeds into weapons, he may save everyone he once lost. Spoilers ahead for chapters 1 through 10 of this Chinese manhwa. The setup is simple but addictive. A young cultivator who should have died in a disastrous future opens his eyes back in his academy days. He is not strong yet, not rich, and not respected. But he remembers enough about demon beasts, cultivation, herbs, classmates, and future tragedies to start changing the board before anyone realizes he is playing a different game. The story begins with disaster, showing a brutal battlefield where huge flying monsters overwhelm tiny human fighters. That violent opening makes the next scene feel almost unreal. An orange-haired boy wakes up in a classroom, shaken like he has just escaped death. This is Nieli, suddenly surrounded by students, an instructor, and classmates who seem painfully familiar to him. He studies the room with a mix of shock and emotion, especially when he notices certain girls and friends connected to his old life. Outside the classroom, the wider city and academy setting suggest an organized world built under constant threat. Chapter 1 does not explain every detail yet, but it makes the key change clear. Nieli has returned to an earlier point, and his memories of destruction now sit inside the body of a student. Back in the academy lecture hall, Nieli starts measuring the people around him instead of simply panicking. He watches the purple-haired girl, classmates, and the formal classroom structure, all while the red-haired teacher delivers a lesson about cultivation, talent, rank, and demon spiritualists. To the other students, this is ordinary schooling. To Nieli, it feels limited, almost arrogant, because he has seen far more than this classroom can teach. When the teacher's assumptions about future achievement come up, Nieli refuses to stay silent. He stands and answers with confidence, challenging the logic that rank and talent alone decide destiny. The room immediately turns toward him. This is the first public sign that the reborn boy is not going to quietly follow the path that once led everyone toward ruin. Chapter 3 turns that classroom disagreement into a test of loyalty. The elderly instructor pushes back hard, using the academy's rigid view of rank, status, and measured talent to pressure Nieli. Instead of shrinking, he argues that a person's starting point does not define their ending. That matters because the room is full of students who have been trained to believe family history and current strength decide worth. Some classmates mock him, others stare in disbelief, and a few begin to see courage in what he is saying. When the instructor orders Nieli to stand at the back as punishment, the moment could humiliate him. Instead, several classmates choose to stand with him. That support changes the punishment into a declaration: Nieli is not alone, and his rebellion is already creating brothers. The classroom pressure continues, with the red-haired teacher angry that Nieli refuses to back down. The students watch as she challenges him again, and the mood becomes a mixture of curiosity, gossip, and tension. Nieli remains calm, which makes him look even stranger. He is still weak in the present, but his confidence comes from knowledge no one else can see. The chapter also hints at a larger cultivation world through darker, more dangerous imagery, reminding us that this school argument is not just teenage pride. It is the first step in preparing for real survival. After the confrontation, Nieli returns to his classmates and starts talking through plans rather than excuses. He understands that conviction is not enough. To grow quickly, he needs resources, allies, and money. Nieli leaves the classroom politics behind and enters Glory City's busy marketplace with Duze. The city feels alive with students, noble youths, merchants, rare goods, and people reacting to status and wealth. While others get distracted by rich buyers and impressive figures, Nieli focuses on cheap materials most people overlook. He searches for blackpool grass, zoysia grass, and a lower-grade fusing agent. Duze is confused, because these items sound too ordinary or too strange to matter. Nieli explains that the value comes from combining them correctly. Black pool grass has a weak paralysis effect, but with zoysia grass and fusing material, it becomes useful against horned sheep. By the end, the boys reach the massive training ground gate, turning a simple shopping trip into the start of a calculated hunting operation. The plan moves into the forest, where Nieli and his classmates face a large horned sheep-like beast. The creature is dangerous enough to send one blue-haired classmate running in panic, but Ning'er treats the encounter like a puzzle. Instead of attacking recklessly, the group uses trees, distance, thrown tools, and coordinated movement to create openings while the beast charges through the area. This chapter shows why Ning'er's knowledge matters. He is not just stronger in theory, he understands behavior, terrain, and preparation. The horned sheep reacts violently, but the students begin acting less like scared children and more like a team. After the forest action, the story cuts back toward classroom discussion and later nighttime movement, suggesting that this hunt is only one training step in Ning'er's larger climb. Chapter 7 shifts from group training to a more personal encounter. Ning'er walks through town or academy grounds with a dark-haired classmate, then the scene moves into a blue-lit forest at night. There, a young woman trains alone. She reacts defensively when someone approaches, even drawing a small dagger, which tells us she is guarded and used to handling danger by herself. This girl is Xiao Ning'er. Ning'er finds her and notices something wrong with her leg or foot, focusing on a mark or injury that she seems to hide behind pride and distance. When he examines her condition, glowing energy appears, and Ning'er reacts with shock, embarrassment, and emotion. By the end, she is calmer, and Ning'er has started earning trust through action instead of status. The next chapter continues Xiao Ning'er's thread by showing that her problem is not a small inconvenience. After academy-related scenes and classmate tension, she meets Ning'er privately again in the quiet night. He studies her condition seriously and appears to understand that her training or physical state has caused hidden damage. Ning'er is uncomfortable because the treatment focuses on her lower leg and requires close contact, but Ning'er treats the moment as a healer, not a flirt. That distinction matters. He sees the problem clearly and offers guidance when others may only see a talented student pushing herself. He examines, treats, and likely gives advice or medicine, leaving Ning'er more hopeful and determined. This builds a new emotional thread, where knowledge becomes care, not just power. Chapter 9 raises the danger around Ning'er. She is found collapsed in the forest with bruises, including a dark mark that Ning'er recognizes as poison-related. The situation puts him in an awkward position because treating her means dealing directly with the injured area, but he chooses saving her over hesitation. He uses a small plant or herb and blue soul force-like energy to pull the toxin out, staying focused while the treatment works. The chapter keeps the tone tense but also vulnerable, because Ning'er wakes up to someone who actually helped her instead of judging or exploiting her weakness. Afterward, Ning'er explains that rest should help her recover, but her attitude remains guarded. She accepts the rescue, yet she is not suddenly easy to read. The morning after all that, the story returns to the classroom with a lighter but tense energy. Students gather before class, gossiping while Ning'er lounges on his desk like he has no fear of consequences. His friends remind him that Xiao is teaching again and that he previously promised to stand at the back. They tease him about claiming he can become stronger than her in 2 months, while one friend insists he believes in Ning'er now. The room laughs, doubts, and speculates, which shows how quickly Ning'er has become the center of attention. Then Xiao Ning'er enters, and the atmosphere changes. As students notice her walking toward Ning'er, he suddenly stands, leaving everyone wondering what happened between them and what trouble comes next. These first 10 chapters work because Ning'er is not winning through raw strength yet. He wins through memory, timing, and social disruption. He challenges the teacher's worldview, turns punishment into brotherhood, treats cheap herbs like hidden treasure, and notices injuries that other people ignore. The academy thinks it is ranking students, but Ning'er is quietly ranking opportunities. By the end, he has friends watching him, enemies doubting him, and Xiao Ning'er approaching him in public. That means his private actions are starting to create public consequences, and in a status-obsessed cultivation world, attention can be just as dangerous as power. That is the opening stretch of this manhwa recap. Subscribe for the next part, where Ning'er's classroom gamble, new alliances, and future knowledge start colliding with the Academy's power structure.